Hello everyone and welcome to My Hobby Home. My name is Cathy. Thank you so much for joining me today. Let me pull up what I'm doing here. You see I have my cotton cuts box out. I am finally working Clue 10 of the Wild West. I hope you'll join me. You don't have to be doing Wild West. I think everybody probably already has that one done. I have not printed my Clue out yet. I'm having printer issues. Don't know why. Don't really care because we're going to get into sewing right here. I do have the Clue pulled up right here next to me on my computer. For some reason, I think it is my internet. My Wi-Fi is not staying connected. Something's happening. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're going to keep sewing. So, I have, let's see, I believe it is 2B. This is my section 2B. This is my section 1. We will be making 2 of these. So I am just going to lay them down over here, fold it over, pin it up, and see if we can't get started on sewing this Clue together. Guys, this one has been a long time in the making for me. I don't know why I let the ball drop on this one, but I just never got to getting it done. Okay, so that is the only one I see, the only seam I see that is nesting. I will just be dropping my needle in. What I need to do is just make sure everything is lined up. And I forgot to change my needle out, so I may have to do that during this. I imagine putting this together is going to be more than a one part because I am only going to be doing a specified amount of time working on this, and then we will move on. Well, actually tonight I only have a small amount of time. I have a small window to sew. But being that I have that small window, I am going to take it and get it done. These are things that should have been done. But you know what? I'm starting to pull out my boxes that need to be handled and seeing where we're at on them. I will be checking my flyway to see when that Clue comes out. I think I'm caught up on my flyway until the June Clue comes out. I believe it comes out the 2nd to the 7th, somewhere in that date range. I will have to give myself a reminder. I'll actually put that on my calendar. And guys, I hope you can see, we got the light issue again probably. But I really cannot see without my machine light, and that little light that I use just does not give off enough light. So I had to cut this one back on. So I apologize if you cannot see. I've got those 2 done. Let me check to see what my next step is. Our next step is Clue A to 4B. What I do, this is how I store all my pieces. I put them back in the bags. We will see what is 4B. I keep the pieces, you know, the Clue in here to show me which one is the Clue I'm looking for. Oh, there's a lot that look exactly the same. Well, there's 4 of these. Okay, it says we're only making 2 of these, but 4B, this is 4C, 4A, and 4B are the same blocks, just different colors. 4B, you have 4 of them, but we only need 2. So what I do is I will put these back in the bag. I'm just doing this just this time to show y'all kind of how I do it. I put my Clues back. I actually put them inside the Clue. I fold that in half, slide that inside, slide it back in the envelope, because the envelope says clue 4 down here, but also this says clue 4. And I just put that back in the bag. So let's see how we have to lay this out. So pretty much what we're doing is matching the colors here. Notice I still have the other pieces on my sewing machine. I'm not even taking them off. Now these are actually pressed the same direction. So we're just going to pin right on that seam. Make sure we catch it on both of them. Guys, I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. It is Wednesday when y'all will be seeing this. I guess we can call this our Whip It Wednesday or our Wild West Wednesday. We're sewing and going. Clue 10 of Cotton Cuts Wild West. This is the 2024 Fall Puzzle Mystery Quilt. I'm just a little bit behind, guys, so I mean, y'all would have, if you were doing this, you've probably seen a lot of people. Now, also, my colorway that I'm doing is Dusty Rose. I don't think I've seen anyone's quilt completed in this colorway yet. So, I'm excited to see how this one turns out. They do have another puzzle mystery quilt coming up for the fall. I've been seeing colors released. I keep watching in the hopes that there's a color I may like, but I really haven't seen a color that I like. I know they're still naming them right now, but so far I haven't liked any of them. So our next step is we will join that first set of pieces that we made to the second set. So what I need to do is take them apart, press them out. The instructions do give me directions on how to press these out. So I will press and be right back. Okay, so I have these pressed out. I'm just going to roll these up. I've got this positioned down here the way I need it positioned. So this is step 1 through 3. This is step 1 through 3. This step right here is actually step 3 of clue 10 that we are doing right now. And guys, Cotton Cuts, if you do not know what their puzzle mystery quilts is about, I will have a link down in the description for you. You can go check them out. They do have more than just the puzzle mystery quilt. They do have they have a 2025 mystery quilt right now, I believe. Then I think they have some other things also. But go ahead, and what I'll do is just give you Cotton Cuts link. It's a real easy link. CottonCuts.com is what it is. But go check them out. I may be looking at doing something other than the puzzle mystery quilt because I love their pre-cut stuff. But I kind of would, I don't know that I'll do a mystery quilt per se because so far I've not been completely fanatical about their patterns that we've made. But I do love the fact that it's pre-cut. I do not anticipate getting the whole quilt done, or maybe even half the quilt. I don't anticipate getting even half the quilt done this evening. I am just doing as many steps of clue 10 as I possibly can. I haven't even looked at it. As I said before, I can't print the pattern for some reason. It's printed like half of the first page, and the rest, I don't know what's happened to it, but I mean, half of the last page, because my printer prints the last pages first. Oh, I didn't pin that. That is definitely a nested seam right there. That is a corner seam. And if you don't want to pin, you don't have to pin. I just pin because I don't trust my ability to hold it where it should be. So I pin it. Guys, I had to go on and change out my needle because it was eating my thread up. I am using Mettler thread, and I have realized it is very sensitive to your needle. I mean, at least Aurifil was not that sensitive. This may be the silk finished, so you would think that would make it stronger. But this one here, it is shredding up really good. So I'm guessing my needle, I'm guessing I needed to change out my needle, because I did hit a pin when I was sewing yesterday. I just didn't pull the needle off. I've been going through needles here lately, almost one every day. I've been using those 8012 Microtex needles because they seem to do the best. But my goodness, they can sure mess up real quick, I'm thinking. But right now, I am going to just see how far we can go. We're already not quite at 30 minutes, but just a little under it. So I'm thinking we may get through 6 clues, which will probably be 2 sets of blocks. And I don't have a way to mark these blocks. I'm not going to put stickers on them. I'm not doing all that. I may have some pins that I can pin an alphabet on. Because in my my office cleaning, I am finding things that I have that I keep forgetting I have. Okay, so our next step is to take a 9B to a section 5. This is 4, so we don't need that one. We got a 9. I do have them in numerical order. This is 5. Until I use them up, let's see, 5, was there different shapes on 5? Nope, same one, 2 of them, so that means this bag will be completely done. So I'll just lay it up here with the rest of them. I will have to press this flat, so I'll go in and lay it over here on my pressing station. And let's see, 9B. I think it was 9B. Okay, now I have my next 2 pieces, or 4, because it looks like we're making 2 of each. And this step in the instructions do tell you to make sure to do certain things, so you know that certain pieces are where they should be. So we are just making sure everything is where it should be, and because there are different colorways, the instructions I'm sure are in just one color for everybody. It's not fabric specific, like a dark color does not necessarily mean a dark fabric. I mainly look at the shapes to make sure my shapes are where they're supposed to be. That is our first one. We've got both turned. Y'all, I know I'm a little quieter because this is requiring concentration for me. I can't talk and do this at the same time. So I may just play you guys some music. I hope you are sewing along with me. I'm hoping you're able to do that. Let me make sure that is not in your way. Now, I didn't notice this on the other one. Did I turn this the wrong way? I sure did. I think I did. I turned this one the wrong way, sure enough. So, I need to take this apart. So, guys, once again, real life, it happens. I noticed it when I got down here and I had 2 seams that were nesting, and I was like, there was no seams nesting. But we will get this apart in no time. If I can get my hand on it correctly. There we go. Got that seam out of there. Let me turn that the correct way. I had it on the correct side, just not the correct direction. Maybe we'll be connecting two of the sections that we've already done. Because I don't like to have a lot of blocks made just kind of hanging out, not knowing where they're going. And I will press all of these now. I will take these off and press. Okay, I'm going to press and be right back because now I have four squares or 4 blocks or 4 pieces of the puzzle, and I don't want to get too ahead of myself without pressing. I know this is the second one and this is the first one, so we want to kind of stay on top of it. Okay, so this is step 1 through 3's block. I'm going to lay that one up here out of the way because now I am working on 4, 5, and 6. This is step 4. I need to pull out step 5. The next step requires us to use step 4C to 4B, and that is these two. So we will pin these two together. We do have a nesting seam here, and we will take this unit and attach it to the first step, step 4, the unit we made in step 4. But I will need to press both of the units before sewing it. Now I will press these 2 units to make the next set of blocks. We may get 3 sets of blocks done tonight, guys. That would be great. So now we have these 2 units that we are going to start pinning together so we can start sewing it to make our second set of blocks. We will be doing 2 of these as well. I am finding quite a few of the seams are pressed the same direction, and I know I normally press how they say to press, but I don't know. I might have gotten off on one. There is a bigger picture, though, I'm sure. On to our second block of this section. Our second set of panels, this is clue 4, 5, and 6. So now on to clue 7. For clue 7, we're making 2 of these. We are just flipping these 2 together. One of these has several of them, so I imagine it's going to be like the first set that we used that had 4 and we only used 2. So I'm sure we'll use the others in another clue section. We're nesting these seams because this does have a lot of points. We want those points to come together. I'm actually pinning this in the center of that point. We don't want anything to not point. We want everything to point. So this is step 7. We have 2 of these. So what we are going to do is just go on and get the second one done, and we will press these out, and there we will have our 3rd set of blocks for clue 10. This, as I said, is clue 7, or step 7, not clue 7. I keep calling them clues. They're not clues, they're steps. Let's get it where we can pin that center in, because we want that point to stay a point. We don't want to cut our point off. I'm having to be a lot more careful with my pins because I keep running over them and my needles keep getting all jacked up. I don't know what it does to them when I hit that pin, but I think it bends the tip or causes the tip to do something. But it can definitely shred some thread. So try not to hit your pins. Don't do like me. Okay, these are step 7 of clue 10. We have the 2 pieces made here. We will press these and be right back. Okay, now our next step is to assemble these 3 units that we have just made. So I have this is our centerpiece. I'm just going to fold it over. I've laid my pieces out where it's easy just to fold where I need to. We're going to pin these and then sew them. Now, I believe this is going to make kind of like 2 rows when we assemble these 3 together. It may not. It could be making the sides. I'm not real sure what it is making. And guys, y'all may see me leaning over every now and then. That's because my computer goes to sleep and then it takes me twice as long to look at the pattern, and I just try to keep my computer active so it don't go to sleep. I need to do something to change that. I don't know why it goes to sleep so quick. Okay, so that's the first one, and I'm flipping the second one over, and then we will put the 3rd row on once we get these 2 done. And now we are going to start putting our last block. I don't know if this is a row yet or not. I have not looked that far ahead. The directions do not, on this page, do not show the full picture. I just know I am assembling these 3 units together. And once we get it done, we will then look and see what we're going to have to do. Because we are going into over an hour right now. And that is because I'm taking my time. I am pressing everything out as I go. So I have easy seams here. Not everything is nesting. Some seams go the same direction. So I'm taking extra time with those, but this is what we're going to create, is whatever this first thing is. If it's a row, if it's a center, a side, who knows what it is. It's probably the top and bottom rows, though. I'm going to go on a stretch and say this is the top and bottom row. I haven't watched a lot of things with the Wild West on it, and I don't actually remember what the pattern comes out looking like, so I'm going to be a little surprised. I do recall that I did like this pattern a little more than the ones in the past. But this does, just by looking at the pattern that I'm, you know, over here on my computer desk, it still has not printed. I was hoping it would print in the midst of me sewing it, but it hasn't yet. It will print probably sometime during the night. It's just, you know, they did tell us that we might have some issues, and we have Starlink, and I am just about certain that solar flares affect Starlink. We got something from AT&T, I believe, that our service could be disrupted by solar flares, and I would say, yeah, it probably will be if we're having solar flares. But that just goes to show satellite may not be the best internet option. But unfortunately, where I live, it's our only internet option. Now, just about a mile and a half up the road, not even that, there is fiber. You can't get it where I'm at, though. We've asked them if they would just run it, just because it's not, I don't even think it's a mile down the road. It's probably, let's just say a mile, but I don't think it's a mile. But they said, no, it would cost too much money to run it this far. And I'm like, but we would be paid. You know, people that get internet, they don't really swap carriers every time the wind blows. We don't anyway. We get one and we keep it. But we do not have very reliable internet around where I live. I mean, you have to go satellite, and satellite is not reliable at all because a good wind blows, your satellite goes out. You have a storm, your satellite goes out. You have a solar flare, your satellite goes out. But it's all that we can get. You know, we don't like hopping from service provider to service provider. We get one and stay with it. The one we had was AT&T, and we had it was a different type of internet. You operated off of their little, we called it a puck because it was a little square box, and we kind of got grandfathered into it, and then they did away with it. So we couldn't get it no more after that. So let me press, and I'll be right back to show you what we've done. Okay, friends, this is the first 1 through 7 steps of Clue 10. Is that not beautiful? I am loving this. I'm hoping you can see all of that. So guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We're a little over an hour now, but I took my time. I pressed everything. I had to read my steps off the computer instead of the paper. So guys, give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe. Click that notification bell. Leave a comment. Tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye guys.